This is the original ride or die partner of the Subfacts podcast, Andy from Creative Underground. Subfacts is the best podcast in the world, and that is not a subfact. That is a fact. Come back every week for more hijinks from Matt and Mooney, and for all your professional audio and video production needs, come see me at creativeunderground.co, not .com.
Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's up, dude?
Hey, not much. I had to play Andy because this past weekend, his son, Grayson, who I kind of rooted against a long time ago, so Andy could go to Eyes of the Nile with me. But he went to another tournament, and Grayson was like had mad skills, let's just say, when it comes to the hockey. Definitely got a few points. So
awesome, dude.
Congratulates. I got to get on this kid's good side because I think he hates me at this point.
Probably does.
So way to go, G. Good job this past weekend. Keep it up, sir.
Nice.
So yeah, got to get a little shout out before we get into it. And so without further ado, sir, I think we should go right into the warm-up.
Right in. All right.
We got a busy show. What's up, Brian?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We're surviving so far.
What's up, dude?
Here's the first question. The WWE and the UFC announced their companies are merging to form one combined sports entertainment giant. WWE is scripted, while the UFC has authentic fights. Do you think people will begin to question the UFC's authenticity by association?
1,000,000%.
Is that a real thing?
It is.
I didn't see it.
1,000,000% they should question it.
So Vince is selling or Dana is selling?
They're merging together.
So they're both like CEOs, or they're both like...
I don't think they announced anything yet, but that's sort of why Vince came back. Like, I think he knew that this was happening.
Oh.
Because remember, Vince resigned as CEO, but then he came back.
Yeah. I thought that was staging. I thought that was for the... I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't watch really either or. If anything, I'd be more inclined to watch WWE because we grew up on it.
Yeah.
But and I've seen some UFC fights. For me, I don't really care, but I do think that credibility could come into play. I can see how
absolutely it'll come into play. Are you serious?
Yeah.
How can you even question it?
No, I'm saying I can
completely stage, and they want you to believe that the authentic fights are going to be authentic. Come on.
No, I totally see how people can see that. Well, it depends how they do it though. If they still keep them very siloed, like if they don't merge too much, and it's like how many food companies own other food companies, right?
But they have merged though. You have UFC goes to WWE, WWE goes to UFC. I mean, they've crossed paths many times.
Yeah, I guess only time will. To be honest with you, I think people are going to watch it no matter what. Those are products that people will just watch.
Yeah, no. I mean, people think NFL is right. I think the NFL is right that I watch all the time.
Exactly.
I don't think it's going to deteriorate ratings at all.
Oh, no. I don't think it's going to change anything. I think, it's going to be on. So, boom.
All right, cool. Next question. Old Town Road by Lil Nas X was first released in 2018, but it's currently still among the top 5 search subjects in YouTube. Why do you think it has such lasting staying power?
I had no idea it was.
It's because of the kids. It is literally one of the, I think to this day, it might be one of the biggest selling songs or whatever, or played songs. And to be honest with you, I think it's because younger kids, it's like Baby Shark. You know what I mean? Like little kids can pick up on it, and it says boobies at one point, which kids kind of
laugh at
boobies, right. But it's a very catchy chorus.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a fun song. People can sing along. Easy to listen to.
Yeah, like I don't think adults are listening to it anymore, but kids are. I think kids, it's an easy thing for them to pick up on.
That's strange though that it stayed like, but he's got a point. Why this
because there hasn't been. Think about
5 years, like that's a long time.
Yeah, but think about it. There hasn't been. Baby Shark is probably just as old, if not older. Like what other? There haven't been any real catchy songs that kids are little. Because remember, what did the Fox say? That's probably.
Oh, it lasted a long time.
That's older. That's older than. So I think.
Yeah, but no one plays that anymore.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think that's little. There hasn't been something to like take over Little Nas X's.
Okay, that makes sense.
Spot.
Or maybe we should create a song.
I know, right? And the thing is, too, it's universal because it's got a country feel, it's got a hip hop feel, it's got a pop feel. Yeah. So it really is. Audiences. Yeah, you're definitely covering a wide audience.
But I don't think we can. I don't think we answered the question.
It's lightning in a bottle too. That song. Little Nas X has had some more success since, but nothing that's going to compare.
Yeah, to that'll be his best song ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last question. A 23-year-old woman in Rome, Georgia, was arrested this weekend after breaking into a closed restaurant to make a salad. The police say the ingredients in her salad added up to $500. Would you ever think about breaking into a restaurant to make a salad?
No chance.
Okay, for starters here, what ingredients are $500 in a salad? Like, salads are typically cheap. If you think about it, lettuce isn't that expensive. Tomatoes, cheese.
There's no chance that the actual cost of the ingredients, true cost to the restaurant, was $500.
No chance.
The cost of the ingredients could easily be $500 for what the restaurant charges.
Yeah, like I'd have to.
You know what I'm saying? If there's lobster meat in there, if there's shrimp or whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is, she broke in, so nothing's being cooked for her, which makes no sense at all. The fact that she would make a salad, that's just deranged. Like, she's deranged.
Yeah, why not you make a meal, a good meal?
Yeah,
salad.
Like it just seems kind of cute, though. I'm not gonna lie.
She is kind of cute.
I'd definitely eat a
I'd
salad.
go easy on her.
I would definitely eat a salad with her. I'd be like, hey, do you have some extra blue cheese?
Yeah, but I don't buy the $500. Only I buy the restaurant cost $500, but not true cost.
No, yeah, unless she's got hey, we're putting gold leaf on top of my lettuce. You have whatever.
2 or 3 pounds of lobster in there, maybe few pounds of shrimp.
Yeah,
maybe some.
I think if anything, they're getting her for breaking and entering, and they're going and they're trumping up their charges. So it's like ingredients probably cost $10, but they're going, no, we had it's $500.
Yeah.
It's what people do with their insurance
500
claims
salads?
too.
This girl should hang out with me. I can make her a lot better salad for a lot cheaper.
I know, right? I'd like to see a full body shot. Maybe she needs to eat some salad.
I looked for one, but I couldn't find one that was that I could confirm was actually her.
Definitely kind of cute though.
Yeah,
I'd definitely let her off easy.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even arrested her. I'd be like, all you did was make a salad. Big deal.
I'm the police. I'm like, hey, owner, it was just a raccoon or something like that that tripped your alarm. Nothing big. No worries. Yeah. So, that's weird. Oh, see, it's that thing we were talking about tongue piercings last week, and nobody should get it. No guy should get a tongue piercing.
Oh God!
That hurts just looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh. And the fact that these people don't cry, like I would have tears going down and all that kind of stuff.
Hurts so bad. Your tongue is
definitely
so
doesn't tickle. Yeah, I know. And so, but the fact that they don't cry, it's sad to me. Like I would cry, and I like to think that I have a good pain tolerance, but I don't when it comes to my head. Anything involving my head, like I hate the dentist, but
who doesn't?
No, but if anybody's working in my mouth, it's uber sensitive, I guess.
Yeah,
but you could neck down, burn me with a torch or something, and I'll be fine.
Burn you with your torch,
and
you're gonna be fine. Okay,
that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm saying, you could give me that kind of a needle type of shot somewhere.
Okay. I'm with you.
I got no issues
in the calf or the leg or the.
You can give me anywhere else, I'm fine. But
arm,
just the head, nah, can't do it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, not a big thing there. Awesome. Okay, cool. Way to go. Thank you, Brian, for the warm up.
Oh.
Okay, folks. So this past week was a fun week. I got to go to the old Helloween and Hammerfall show at the Fillmore in Silver Spring, Maryland, which they had, like, you know how I've been into power metal lately. Out of all the clubs locally, they seem to be the one that owns the power metal world, because it seems like every couple months they have a new lineup of power metal bands. So that might be my new hangout. But either way, I decided to do the very first vlog for the show, and unfortunately you were at the beach, so you couldn't do it with me, but you would have definitely been there had, you not been going to the beach. And so I did the first vlog for our show. We're going to do a lot more. We have one planned for this weekend. We might keep that a secret just because we want to keep people like on their toes. And so
keep people guessing.
Yeah, so the vlog is actually done pretty well, folks. If you haven't seen it, go to our YouTube channel, the Subfacts Podcast YouTube channel, and check out my vlog live from Hammerfall and Helloween. The show was amazing. Did not expect it, by the way. Like, I expected.
You didn't expect an amazing show?
I expected to enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't, and it was one of those things.
But it blew you out of the water.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Like I've heard like high level songs from each band. So I assumed that the majority of the show, I'm just going to be sitting there going, okay, cool, I get it, whatever. Nope. Start to finish, as soon as the first band went on, everything was amazing. And
awesome.
It was all because the bands, I think, are used to playing stadiums and arenas.
Right.
And when you play stadiums and arenas, you have to perform differently than if you were in a club.
Right.
So there's a lot more.
So they're bringing the same intensity to a smaller
club.
Yeah.
There's a lot more chants. There's a lot more crowd participation, because you don't want the people like me who were just bored. So loved every bit of it. My wife, who had never heard any of the bands prior, was like banging her head. She was chanting. She was fist pumping, all of that. So she was just
obviously
like,
she had a good time.
She was like, this is one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life. And the funny thing is, all the shows I've been to, it was in there. It was in the top of the shows I've been to as far as awesomeness goes. So, folks, definitely check out the vlog and you'll see what I'm talking about. Maybe later, maybe in a month, like I recorded actually all of the songs and stuff like that. Maybe later on in a couple months, we'll put out the full video. Just so you guys can see the cool stuff that went on. But that was Hammerfall and Helloween, me vlog YouTube. For the people who can see it, I'm like pointing. With that being said, on concerts, you've heard about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Okay, she's a big country. No,
I do know who Taylor Swift
I'm just kidding.
Yes, thank you.
So she's been on this stadium tour as of late. And last week we talked about her talking to the security guard, but this stadium tour is amazing to me in the fact that she tours every couple of years. She hasn't stopped. She's, it's not like she's been away and now she's coming back.
Well, she's young. She can still do it.
And it seems like each tour, it's more and more intense as far as like the fandom goes. Like we've seen where people are basically, they couldn't buy tickets. So they're now like on bridges that are close to the stadium to where they can hear.
What?
There's people that are partying in the parking lot that have no ticket whatsoever, but as long as they can hear the music, which is crazy to me. Like it's a big thing. So in this past week, she was in Foxborough Stadium in Boston. It's Boston, right? It's Massachusetts, yeah. Pouring rain. Just complete downpour. And Taylor was, to her credit, was out there in the rain. And there's a scene where she's playing the piano and she's like wiping off all the water. So you got to give her credit. She was just in the pouring rain.
Absolutely. She's a trooper, man.
Interesting.
Show must go on.
Interesting thing though. Next day on eBay, people were selling Taylor Swift tour rainwater from that show. $250.
What do you mean selling the rate? She touched?
She didn't even touch it. It was like if you were in Foxborough Stadium and it's raining, people were collecting the rainwater of the area that she was in, basically the vicinity.
What?
and it's selling it for $250.
And people are paying it?
So they're on eBay. And apparently eBay's tried to take some of them down, I think, but they're still popping up.
That's super ridiculous.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
I just you're a dummy. You know what? Good on the eBay people. Sell it all you want. Make it the new pet rock. If you buy $250 rainwater that Taylor Swift was close to,
you're an idiot.
You're a dummy and need to be punched in the face.
Oh my God. I would love to know who those people are so I could say, give me money, because obviously you don't know what to do with it.
Well, the funny thing too is the person who's putting it on eBay, right? Who had the idea that just said, well, there's got to be stupid people out there. There's a lot of dummies in this crowd. I've got some rainwater from this. Let me just put it up on eBay and sell it. And how you pick $250 as your price point is nuts to me.
Yeah. There's too many stupid people out there, but that's what people prey on, stupid people.
Yeah. And so Taylor Swift rainwater, folks.
Wow. Wow.
That is a new level of it makes no sense to me.
Yeah. I agree.
And I'm a collector. I like collecting things and I understand collecting things, and if she even if she touched it, even if it was touched by her rain, it still, no, I couldn't do it. So, so I thought that was pretty crazy.
Pretty insane.
The other thing of crazy is my son the other day was like, oh, I got to show you this crazy new thing. And I'm like, what? He always keeps me up to date with what the kids are looking at.
Keeps you cool.
And he was teaching me about a phobia. And a
new phobia?
A new phobia. I don't know if it's new. It's new to me. But it's called, I think it's thalassophobia. And it's THALESSOPHOBIA. So I think it's
MNOP.
Yeah, I know. I think it's thalassophobia.
No chance.
Basically, it's the fear of deep water images.
What?
So it's essentially
not being in the deep water, but deep water images.
This says it's more than it's just any intense fear of deep water, which can include images. So the people okay.
Well, no, but
so your son, the boy didn't explain it correctly.
No, so he went to YouTube and put in thalassophobia, and there's videos where they just show images of these deep water things with a shark or something like that, and it's does this scare you? If it does, then you have thalassophobia. And I'm like
I think that's weak. The people on the YouTube who are doing that, I don't think they're legitimate. I think they're completely, bucketing people that really don't have it into something.
So this says,
just because if the one image is scary doesn't mean you have this.
This says many things can trigger thalassophobia. For example, coming in contact with or thinking about ocean, lakes, boats, swimming, scuba diving. So, I mean, seeing an image or thinking about it can make that trigger. So, yeah, they said.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more broad than it's, this picture is you have thalassophobia.
I don't think I've ever met a thalassophobia. I know I don't have it because I watched the videos and none of it scared me. I've been snorkeling before. I've never been, I've never been snorkeling, but I've been, I haven't been scuba diving, but I've been snorkeling before. Right. And it doesn't really bother me.
There's no chance I would do scuba diving. No chance.
You wouldn't do scuba or snorkel?
No chance.
You would snorkel though, right?
I would snorkel because you can easily get to the top.
You can't get to the top if you're scuba diving?
Scuba diving, sometimes you're 50, 75 feet down. That's not an easy, if you get scared or whatever, it's not an easy press up to the top.
Well, in no chance am I going to the sea floor. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. But if I'm I would scuba dive. I would scuba dive. My only thing is I don't know why you always have to back in off the boat. You have to kind of
yeah.
I don't know why I can't just dip a foot in and then just jump in.
No chance.
You always have to go backwards.
No chance.
I would scuba.
No, because you're tied up to a breathing tube, and that's your only thing. You can't take it off. You can't go I'm going to breathe this way. No, like
yeah, but like when you snorkel,
it's like Bane. It's not like on you the whole entire time, dude.
But like when you snorkel, you're kind of doing the same thing too.
Yeah, but when you snort, like I said, when you snorkel, you can do a little bit of a go to the top and go, huh, okay, cool, I'm good. And then you're going to be down there and be like, no chance, dude.
Yeah, like I'm not, keep in mind, I would.
And you only have so much air. Plus you have like a 40-pound tank on your back and no chance.
I would snorkel, but I'm not the guy who's going in a cave. I'm not like underwater going, oh, there's a cave. Let's all go in.
Yeah, and then you're going in the cave, then your tank gets stuck, and then it comes off and you're dead.
Yeah, no, I'm not that guy. No chance. But
that's what I'm saying. You don't want to do it. Like, what good is scuba if you're just going to be there and then all of a sudden a shark comes? Yeah, and then let's see, we'll put your punch a shark in the face.
I would have to. That's. Yeah, I would scream and punch. Actually, you know,
punching a shark is the one animal that works.
I don't have thalassophobia, but I did snorkel with manatees once, and I'm not gonna lie, that scared the hell out of me. Because like I knew what I was getting into. I knew they were like big sea cows and they're harmless. But like, you know, when you get in and you snorkel, it takes a little bit for your eyes to adjust to the water and everything. All I know is this big thing just started floating towards me.
Yeah,
and I turned around and screamed and like went the other way as fast as I could.
I don't blame you.
But I don't think I have thalassophobia, but I do have like the fear of like, I definitely have a fear of heights, like 100% that.
Oh yeah. And I'm with you there.
Yeah. But I don't think I have many other phobias though. Like, as much as I want to think I do, I don't. Like, I really don't think I do.
It depends. Like, I don't like spiders, but I mean, I can kill them.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
like,
go near them and kill them.
My wife and kid have a complete irrational fear of that. Like, I have an irrational fear of snakes.
I mean, I've held a snake before, but I don't want to be around snakes.
Yeah. But see, I don't think you have a phobia. Like, I can't.
Well, I'll tell you, like, for example, like, I remember I told you the bird got in my house.
Yeah.
I hate birds. I loathe birds. They scare the hell out of me. So when I was trying to whack away at that thing, I was keeping my distance. My point is, I wouldn't go like, come here, bird, like, and have it land on my arm and walk outside with it. Like,
see, I would. I'd be like, yeah, little birdie, come on.
You talk to birds now?
I would try to get them to come down and get on my arm. That'd be kind of dope. Like, if I could be a pirate and have one on my shoulder, that'd be awesome.
No, dude. Oh, man,
I would 100%.
I hate birds. Ever since seeing Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, oh my god!
Like, I hate pirates for the most part, but if I could be one that had a cool bird on me, that'd be pretty dope.
I was like 16 over my best friend's house, and his dad like had birds, and he put one like on my arm, and it started attacking me. I'm like, I don't like you, bird. Get away!
How did it attack you?
It started pecking at my head,
like Woody Woodpecker.
And I'm going like, and he's just like, oh, the bird's just nervous. I'm like, I don't want a nervous bird on me. Get it away!
And he's just like tapping you in the noggin.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, it's not awesome.
did it hurt?
Scarred me? No, just scarred me for life. I don't like birds.
Wow.
I really don't like birds.
Yeah, me, it's snakes and heights. I think that's pretty much the thing. Snakes and heights. Brian, do you have any phobias? Like,
not that I know of. Not really. Like, I'm fear of dying. Like, I don't want to die. It's stuff like I have a healthy sense of self-preservation, but like, I'm not really afraid of snakes or spiders or bugs or.
Yeah, I think that's why Brian and I get along so well, because we both have a healthy sense of self-preservation. I'm kind of curious to see what phobias like our fans have, like our listeners have. Like, because like, is there a chance Space Coast has a phobia?
He might. I mean, if I had one legitimate phobia, it would be claustrophobia. I hate.
Yeah, I've been with you in like underground situations and you freak out.
Yeah, no. That would be okay. I will admit I have claustrophobia because I don't like closed spaces. I don't like, at all. Like being in the middle of two people in a car, like I being in crowded places now. Oh, like it just
is not your thing.
No.
I don't have a problem with that. Like, I don't like it from a fact that it's hot when there's people that are close to you. Like, but from a claustrophobic, like I've had like MRIs and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't. I can just close my eyes and pretend I'm not there. So that doesn't really bother me. But phobias. Like I said, I've been fascinated by them a little bit this week because the boy introduced me to
there's tons of phobias out there.
I want to see what the craziest phobia is. Like, I know there's a bunch of like afraid of clowns, that kind of stuff. So, folks, if you have phobia,
we had one of the girls who used to sit in our row. She had a rational fear of clowns. She hated him.
Yeah, I love clowns. Well, I hate real clowns. I love horror clowns. So it's like what they're afraid of is what I like. But like if I go to like the circus, I don't like those clowns are stupid.
No,
like don't try to make me laugh.
She
scare
clowns.
me.
She almost punched me when I showed her a picture of a clown once.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Like I love it when the people like they do it in England and around here where like somebody will just be in a clown suit and they'll just be in a neighborhood with a one balloon or something or a dark alley. That's what I love. Like I want to walk by a dark alley and see that and be like, yes, that's awesome. Cool. So yeah, folks, write in. I want to know your phobias.
Absolutely. I'm not going to clown anybody for their phobias.
I will. No, I'm just kidding. We won't clown you, but I'm fascinated. If you have a weird phobia, let us know. I think that'd be kind of cool. And so we will dissect it. Unless you have a phobia of dissection.
Which I'm sure is a phobia.
Exactly.
Dissectophobia.
So we definitely had some RIPs this week.
We had a huge one.
We had two huge ones. I'll go with the first huge one that happened was Mr. Jim Brown from.
Oh yeah. I forgot about it. Well, the problem is the one trumped the first one, and I was like, oh, okay.
And so Jim Brown, that's a huge one. That's a big one. And then Tina Turner, 83 years old.
83 years old.
Yeah.
Tina Turner.
She did have a long time illness, but I think she was keeping that on the wraps. And so, but good on her. She led a life. She literally
did. She absolutely
she retired on her own terms. She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. She pretty much
83 is a long life.
Yeah. She's already had a biopic about her. So she's pretty much done everything
Broadway
you could possibly do.
She ran Thunderdome, dude.
Oh yeah. Thunderdome. And so by the way, Ghost, the band, did they just put out last week, I mentioned it, a covers EP, and they cover the We Don't Need Another Hero.
Oh, nice.
So before I found out, so I was listening to the song and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's not as good as her version, right? But then next thing you know, like the next day, she donked off.
Wow.
Not that I had anything to do with it, but it was kind of weird. Like she wasn't in my world until then. So
you jinxed it.
Maybe. I hope not.
You David Portnoy it.
I know, right? I hope not. And then there was another guy. Was it Ray Stevenson?
Yes.
Ray Stevenson.
Did you mention Jim Brown?
Jim Brown was the first person I mentioned.
Oh, I thought you said. because then we went right into
you were like, no.
Jim Brown is huge too, man. That guy. A lot of people consider him the best running back ever.
Yeah. And then like just his,
and then he did movies,
his activism and stuff like that. Yeah. Was a living legend.
Right. I mean, he was oh my God, he was awesome in Any Given Sunday.
And I believe he was in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah, he was.
So awesome.
His line in Any Given Sunday is awesome. He goes, I don't get strokes, I give strokes, fool.
Awesome. Yeah. So Jim Brown's a huge one. Ray Stevenson also passed away. He was a guy that I only knew him as Titus Polo from the show Rome on HBO. It was like one of my favorite shows. And every time I'd see him in other things, I'd go, oh, hey, there's Titus Polo from Rome. And
Titus Polo.
Yeah, dude, you should see Rome. It's literally to this day one of the best HBO shows, and it's highly underrated too.
How old was he?
58. He was young.
Yeah, he was young.
Very young.
Do we know why though yet, or how? Okay. Uh-oh.
What they haven't said? Okay.
They haven't said, but when you're somewhat younger.
So he was on what do you call it? The dark side?
He's going to be in the new Ahsoka show, and that's coming on Disney Plus like next month. And then he was one of Thor's buddies in the original Thor, the first Thor movie. He's one of his like cadre of friends. Mm-hmm. And then
he's the best as Titus Polo.
He's also been in a lot of stuff.
And so R.I.P. Ray Stevenson.
R.I.P.
Well, R.I.P. all of them.
Yeah.
And that's your death trifecta, really.
Got 3 of them. People don't think it happens, but it just did.
It just happened all in 1 week. And so, RIP to all of them. Let's see where we go from here. I'm going to pay attention to Brian on this one.
Mailbag. Okay, folks, it's time for mailbag. Mailbag.
Actually, did I just do that out of order?
We can go with it.
I remember you saying you wanted to do mailbag
after movies of the week.
Close to movies of the week.
No, we can't do mailbag because it's going to have.
Oh, okay. Let's do movies of the week first. Okay. Okay, so movies of the week. For me, there's only one movie you guys should go see, and that is The Machine, starring Bert Kreischer.
You're really gonna see that?
Don't think I'm not. That movie looks awesome. What I will say is, folks, if you haven't seen the bit that Bert Kreischer does in his stand-up called The Machine, it's literally one of the funniest stand-up bits
it is funny,
ever.
Yes.
And so the movie is based on that bit, and it's all of it. From what I understand, or what we all understand, is it's completely a true story. And so the Machine movie that Bert Kreischer created is not a true story, from what I understand, because it's based on the bit, but the bit itself is actually true. Did you know Bert Kreischer was basically the original Van Wilder?
What?
So the producers who created Van Wilder basically took Bert Kreischer's real story. And so if you've all seen Van Wilder, you kind of know that's kind of what Bert Kreischer was like in college, which also lends itself hand in hand with the Machine story. And so I will.
Yeah, but he was like the guy he had a rich dad and he stayed at school for 7 years and
he was at
ran
school
parties and
was
that him?
Yeah, basically. His dad. I don't think he had a rich dad. I think it was loosely based.
He was in college for like 7 years.
8 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so but it's one of those things that I'm not gonna talk about the Machine bit because, quite frankly, I can't do it justice. It's funny. Go see it. Check it out.
The
on
bit is
YouTube.
really funny. I don't know if I want to see the movie, but the bit is funny.
I will say Bert Kreischer right now is probably one of the best comedians that's out there.
Yeah, he is really funny.
Every one of his Netflix specials, I'm like, I have to watch it right then and there because it's hilarious. So maybe he's just hitting me at a certain age or whatever, but for me,
he's funny.
For me, he's one of the best comedians that's out there like right now. So that's going to be the movie I would go to. The next movie coming out is called About My Father.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good, although I'm a little tired on De Niro.
Yeah, it's Robert De Niro and Sebastian Maniscalco, who's also a comedian. I don't find Sebastian Maniscalco that funny. Like his
I think he is.
He's got an interesting story behind him, which is what makes him endearing, I think. His stand-up doesn't work for me necessarily, but what I don't get is why Robert De Niro, he loves comedy. He loves hanging out with comedians. Yeah. I do know this. I don't know why he insists on being in comedies because he's not funny. He's not that funny. He's not been funny in a long, long time.
Yeah, I thought he was good in Analyze This. The first Meet the Parents
that's like 30 years ago, if you think about it. So About My Father, I'm not going to see it. You guys can check it out and let us know how it is.
I mean, if I'm sitting on the couch one day and I'll scrolling through and I see it on, I'll watch it.
And then next up is The Little Mermaid, which is already getting terrible reviews. Already terrible reviews.
Oh my God.
I have no desire to see it. Wouldn't have seen. I don't care. It's just not my thing, but I have to put it out there because it could turn out to be the biggest movie of the weekend.
Well, yeah, probably will, but
even though the reviews are garbage,
kids are going to want to go see it. You know that.
Yeah. And parents will stick their kids in anything. So
yeah. I mean, you can go for a movie for 3 hours and keep them entertained. Why not?
Yeah. And by the way, what bothers me is the lead of The Little Mermaid, her name is like Haley Berry. It's Haley Berry and not Halle Berry. So every time I read, when I was reading the reviews, they were like, Halle Berry saves this movie, and I'm like,
you mean Haley?
And I'm like, then I have to reread it because I'm like Halle Berry's not the star of the movie. Is she even in the movie?
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, it's like Haley Berry or
okay.
So
that is confusing.
Yeah, don't if your name is so close to somebody who is like an icon, change your name.
Yeah.
Like you just have to.
You're too late. Sorry. They got it first.
Yeah. So not a fan of that one. Okay, last one is a movie called Kanadhar, and I think that's what most of our audience is going to Space Coast Bill is going to go to see Kanadhar. Kanadhar is basically about a
is that Gerard Butler?
Yeah. It's basically about a CIA agent that, has this whole plan in Kanadhar, and it kind of blows up, and now he's got to escape Kanadhar.
Oh, wow.
It's done by the same people who did Greenland.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely see it then.
So, yeah, it looks really, really good. I think that's what our fan base is most likely going to check out if they're not checking out The Machine.
Yeah, 100%. That's movies right up my alley.
Yeah. And so with that being said, that is movies of the week.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you guys are never going to guess what's up next.
Mailbag. Okay, folks, it's time for mailbag. Mailbag.
If you think you had deja vu, you just might.
All right. The first mailbag, we have several this week. The first one is from Rob from Leesburg, and his subject is share. He says, boys, congratulations on making 3 cents. We're up to 34 cents now.
Yay.
I'll have you know.
34 cents on YouTube, folks.
He says, may I assume that you were splitting it 3 ways, or is Matt deducting overhead costs first? He says, serious question. If you guys were making $100,000 each from Subfax, would you quit your day job?
So can I answer I'll answer, I guess, the first question. As much as I would like to recoup my overhead, I personally don't think that's necessary or right. So I think we should split it,
1 cent a piece.
Yeah, I think we'd split it the way it should be split. But if
we were each making 100,000, yes, I would quit my day job.
Yeah, that's the second. Yeah, back to the original share, I guess. When money does start to come in, it's a conversation we'll probably have, but we probably do need to upgrade some things like cameras and stuff like that. Right. But if we were at the $100,000 each, it is a lock that I think you and I would both be quitting our jobs. Absolutely. And you'd see a lot more production out of us on the YouTube, folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brian, on the other hand, is Captain Booge.
So that wouldn't, it wouldn't be enough to get Booge over.
Yes.
Well, if we were each making $100,000 just doing this part-time, a few hours a week, then just think what we could make if we did it full-time.
Oh, I know. That'd be pretty dope.
That's the thing. I'll be the next David Portnoy.
Well, like I said, the dude with the tongue ring that I was commenting on last week, that dude literally puts out like a video every single day on different. It's all music based, but it's different things. Channels. And I'm not gonna lie, he's got a good gig because it's just him, and he sits in a little room or whatever, and does like a maybe 15-minute at most video, and he's making a living. So nice. I'm like, man, I totally would do that. But we would do that. You'd still show up to work every day. We'd make little things.
Rob follows up with one final question. He says, what would be the first major purchase with your newfound money?
Outside of upgrading our cameras and stuff, or like our own personal wealth purchase?
I don't know. I guess it could be either.
I mean, if say we were making obscene money, obviously then we could get a studio, and we could do it in a studio.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing is if we were making like that kind of money, I think we would definitely make a studio where we would also have more people working for us too. Like we would also have like people that was in charge of our social media. We'd have people that are controlling the camera angles and all that kind of stuff. So I think that would be the major purchase.
And then we can get like whatever you call it, like a big table, and I could stand during the whole thing or kneel over a little bit. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Mooney has wanted to stand for quite some time, but it just wouldn't look right on our camera at this. I thought it probably wouldn't look. You would force me to stand, like unless to your point, get a big huge table.
Yeah, if we got a table
that would
would
look weird.
Yeah, that would.
You would look extra short, I think.
Why?
Because if the table was really high.
No. Table would go up to like your chest.
Okay.
Something like that. Still put your elbows on it.
We could design
like
the Subfacts table like a bar table, with like the camera being like the.
Oh my God! And then we can have like half like the side be all sports stuff, and the other half be like all music
and
stuff.
The camera view could be like the bartender view.
Yeah,
and we could add the movie posters that we picked today.
Yeah, it would almost look like we were in two separate rooms, but yet we'd be in the same room because you'd have your sports, and that'd be pretty dope. I'm for it. Okay, folks. With that being said, you need to really subscribe, like, and hit notifications. And if you haven't already, tell your friends. And even if they don't want to do it, just hijack their phone.
Just send an email to China and just send it to 2 billion people.
Yeah. Or tell people you do a podcast and use our name. And just when I was at Helloween, I literally, because some of the people I interviewed, I was like, "Hey, I do a podcast." People around that person they were looking it up and immediately hit subscribe. So I was like, "Dude, do this like times 5 million, so we can make some money and make some upgrades." Awesome. Boom.
Thank you for the email, Rob. A great email.
Thank you, Rob.
He didn't do the movie posters?
No, he didn't.
But someone who did, we've got an email from Space Coast Bill, and his subject is homework.
Ooh, SCB.
He first writes, though, he says, Hypnotic was in the theater. When he said it was a rental, he was referring to the quality of the movie. He said it wasn't bad, but he'd wait for it to come out on demand.
That's the Ben Affleck movie.
He goes on to say, Pam and Jim are probably his favorite couple, followed closely by Paul and Jamie from Mad About You.
I never watched Mad About You.
I did a little bit. That was a good show.
My wife loved that show, so she would probably agree, but I have to stick with Jim and Pam on this one.
Jim and Pam are solid. I don't know if they can be beat.
He says, Jerry and Elaine would have been his favorite couple if they count, but they only dated in Seinfeld history, not during the show.
True.
Okay.
Doesn't count.
And then he goes into his top 5 movie posters, and I'm going to put them up on screen for our viewers.
Nice.
He was nice, and he actually included pictures in his email. So the weird thing is like the pictures don't line up with his order of things, but I'm just going to kind of go down the list. So
I'm glad he did pictures because it's important to know, because there's some movies that have like multiple posters.
Yeah. Like if you had Thalassophobia,
Jaws would trigger
his
you.
number 1.
Yeah. So his number 5 is Jaws. So great movie poster.
Yep.
I love Jaws.
I don't think people can argue that one.
His next one is also great. His number 4 is Halloween, the original.
Yeah,
that is absolutely one of my favorites.
Because it's a pumpkin, but it also looks like a knife blur kind of action. That's so cool.
How do you? By the way, I mean, and plus the movie is fantastic.
And I will say,
the knife goes sort of in line with. Oh, also there's something with the hand in the poster. Once you there's like a hidden. What do you call it? Like a hidden gem or like a thing with the hand.
Like an Easter egg.
Yeah, there's an Easter egg with the hand. I forget what it is.
So that was one of my favorites, and I didn't
look closely at the hand.
The hand is Mike Myers' face.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movie posters. I didn't put it on my list because I knew Space Coast had put it.
Yeah, that's it. The hand is Mike Myers' face. Yep.
I don't see it. Weird. Okay.
If you
got to look at it,
you gotta
like
look at
he's
it.
stretching out.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's a
see
stretchy
it.
face.
Yeah. That is cool. I've never seen that before. Neat. All right.
Boom.
His number 3 is E.T. He says it's not his favorite movie, but the poster is iconic.
The poster is iconic, but is it one of my favorites? No.
It's iconic. It's definitely iconic, but I don't think that movie held up at all.
No, it didn't hold up. The only thing I like about the movie is the Reese's Pieces.
And I may be wrong, but this might be one of the alternate ones, not the original.
Yeah, the moon with the bike.
I think the original was the finger, the glowing finger.
Oh, he's right. No. He's right.
That was the adult film, E.T.
No.
I'll
look it up here.
Glowing finger.
No. The original one. He's right. They changed it later. Just like with Die Hard, there's two movies.
Jokes.
It's like this. I think that was the original.
Yeah, I think the one
it is a cool.
Cooler,
that is a cool one, but I don't, and it's fine because it's a movie poster. But I think the original was the first one was the.
Yeah.
His number 2 is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders is so awesome.
That is
solid
a great
pick.
poster. And then his number 1 is Clockwork Orange. He said, great poster and one of his all-time favorite movies. I agree. I think it's a great poster.
I can get behind him on the poster.
I couldn't get behind the movie. I tried twice, but the poster.
You do?
Yeah.
I couldn't get I've seen it probably 4 times, and each time I wanted to love it, and I just don't.
Yeah, I can't. I can't get behind it.
I really
at
like it.
all.
It's one of my favorite movies.
But the poster is fantastic.
It is a great
I believe
poster.
that's all from him. Let me just double check. Actually, I have his email right here.
I didn't get any tips so far.
So,
that's good.
Great email, Space Coast. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for keeping the mailbag going and inspiring the other folks.
Yeah, other people, you got to catch up.
I'm going to hide the screen for a moment while I get into the next email. So the next email is from JT from Reston. And JT says his subject is sorry, Matt, but I'm with Mooney. He says he's a week behind or so, but please let's pass on the farts in the news concept.
What is wrong with people who don't laugh at farts?
I won that one by a long
I don't
shot.
understand you people who don't laugh at farts.
I clearly won that one. That was a runaway victory.
I need BK and Andy to write in on this one to help me out, because I know I'm not on my own island on this one.
And then he goes on to say, I'm gonna bring this up on the screen so I can show the images to our viewers. His number 5 movie poster is Old School, which is a
awesome.
great poster. His number 2 is Boondock Saints.
Love both of those movies.
I'm bringing that poster up so people can see. I don't think the poster was that great for Boondock Saints.
Yeah, the poster's not. The movie is way better than the poster.
Great movie. The poster's kind of. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of posters.
Well, the alternative one that's below, where it's just the 2 dudes and the gun pointing down, I think that is
okay. But I think that's like a
that
DVD
one's okay
cover, not like a
maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a DVD cover.
The movie is so good.
It is a good movie.
His next one is Star Wars: A New Hope, the original from this one.
That's a classic.
It's so good.
Or I believe it's this one. I believe this is the one.
An alternative because both of them are so good.
I think it's that. I think that one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that one's the main.
That was the one that was on my list. That's
a good
right
one.
there.
That's a really good one. I agree.
Yeah.
And then his next one is Jaws, which we saw on Space Coast's list also. And then his number 1 is Pulp Fiction. Great movie, and I like the poster. I'm not sure it's my number 1.
Okay, poster, but it's a good movie.
I don't have a problem with the poster. It's a good movie too.
Yeah,
I'm for it. I don't think it's. My problem is with movie posters. I think all of them are great. I think there are very few that I don't like. So I think all great choices. None of them I haven't overlapped at all on any of these. So.
I did Star Wars.
I overlapped with on both their lists.
One that he just showed.
Yeah.
So
and then good.
Good. Oh, good.
No, I was just going to say I was going to finish his email, but if you want to.
Okay.
Do you want to keep talking about posters?
Yes. No. I was going to say thank you to JT for writing in, but
he just one quick line as a joke. He always throws in. He says, "In other news, the Enchilito is back at Taco Bell."
What's that?
I'm not sure.
I feel like it's something we need to try.
Yeah, like an Enchilito. I mean, I don't.
Nothing at Taco Bell sucks.
Taco Bell usually
I
knocks
will bring it
everything
up.
out of the park.
It looks like it's a baked and like an enchilada burrito kind of, where they put like the enchilada sauce and cheese on top.
I would try it.
I would not eat it.
I don't like beans though. Does it have beans in it?
No
Probably
beans.
not. I mean, it looks like it's got meat, like beef inside.
If it's like the taco meat, then I'm down 100%.
The burrito.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta
No
get one.
problem.
Damn.
I think we might be doing a taste test next week.
Yeah, that's a taste test, but gotcha.
We'll see.
You don't have to do it.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
So I will
You
eat it
should
on
do
my
it
own
with us, though.
So and I will enjoy
all the
it
cool
because I'm
kids
sure
are
it's
doing it.
delicious. I love Taco Bell. So
Okay. So how
I think
are
we do it
going
like
to
we
do
normally
this,
do. We
folks?
do our number fives, then we do our numbers.
We're gonna do movie posters, then we're gonna do the rest of the show.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why we did the mailbag.
Okay,
after
got it.
Movies.
All right.
Tying it all in. Since it's your topic, would you like to go first? We'll do 5.
No,
4,
I need to go. No.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I need
then?
a sub for I need to get a new.
I'm going to preface my list, folks, by saying it's completely fluid, meaning what my number 5 is could easily be my number 1.
Me too.
Just pick a different day and it'll be a different thing. So it's very fluid. Also, I already mentioned most movie posters I kind of love anyway. So this one was very difficult to do. But my number 5 is the It remake poster. The one where it's got Georgie with the balloon. That
one's really good.
That one is awesome.
This poster.
Yes.
Yeah. It sets the tone. It lets you know it's a little creepy, and Georgie's going to get whacked. So that's my number 5.
My number 5 is Endless Summer. It's a seen the movie.
The surfer.
You see this picture on T-shirts. You see it in like posters everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They sell it everywhere. It's a classic poster.
It is a classic poster. I didn't like the movie. It's one of those things where it's not my favorite movie, but
if I like the poster or agree that it's a classic, that movie sucks.
But you don't have to like the movie to have a top 5
yeah,
poster.
Yeah, the picture is pretty much of a classic. He's not wrong. It is on a lot of T-shirts and stuff.
I just don't like that poster.
I don't like anything West Coast, to be honest with you. So it's like, hey, buddy.
I've never been a fan of that poster. The poster annoyed me so much I never wanted to see the movie.
I'm not a fan of surfer beach culture. You know what I mean? So
I like the Point Break poster.
No,
awesome.
I like Point Break, but I guess the whole
boring,
hey, bud.
actually, but
I'm just not really big.
So
no, it's got the
wave in the back.
It's got the big wave in the back.
Smaller than you think. I think.
Kind of.
He's sticking up for his poster. He got a little of his day.
He got the jack up our poster. Look at.
That's a good poster.
Yeah, there's barely any wave. It's like this little tiny wave.
Wave, and then you got.
It's a big wave crashing. You got the president.
Then you got the former presidents.
You got Johnny Utah looking right at
you.
I
can Photoshop
dude.
Give me that.
No, you can't, dude.
Really, dude?
Really? You're going to go off on Swayze looking right at you? Like, come here, boy.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That poster's fantastic.
All right, what's your
number
tonight? 5, Mooney?
My number 5 is the original Die Hard poster before they put Bruce Willis on it.
I only know the one with him on it in the Nakatomi Plaza.
No, they put the original poster didn't have him, and then they put him on it.
I can't.
Is there?
Yeah, they did. It released. You got to be able to find
everything shows Nakatomi Plaza. And
Trust me, he wasn't on the original. They put him on. Can you show the picture?
Yeah, do you have to go read in your posters?
No, that was. Trust me, there's one without him, and then they added him like a week later after it did so well.
Was this in a dream, sir?
So this is what
dude,
this says.
I have never seen it.
You can IMDb it.
This is saying that this was the picture I'm showing was the original poster, and then only after it proved to be a box office hit did they add Bruce Willis.
Yeah, dude, that's your Nakatomi Plaza right there.
Well, either way, Die Hard is one of my favorite posters.
Right,
so
there you go.
Bam, there you go.
Max.
Okay. Number 4 is The Crow.
Ooh.
There's different variations of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I love every one of them. I like the main one because that's just awesome, and my whole life I've always wanted to look like the Fat Crow. the one where he's standing.
That one,
the first one.
Really cool. I agree.
That is cool.
Yeah, that one's just awesome. Or even the one in the middle, that one. Yeah, it's just awesome every step of the way. Like that's my look. Like literally, if I was thin, that's my look.
The Crow look? You want to look like that?
100%.
What?
I would dress like that till the day I died.
Like a vampire. All right.
Yes,
my number 4 is Step Brothers. I love this poster.
That is a classic.
Oh,
So good.
yeah, that's good.
It just the poster makes
That's
me laugh.
definitely a classic. Yep. Can't argue.
The poster makes me.
By the way, our next Subfacts poster should look like that.
Totally. That'd be
think
great.
that'd be pretty.
We can put it on a T-shirt.
No,
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Our next Subfacts poster, if it was me and you.
we should do that.
That'd be
That would
awesome.
be awesome. All right, my number 4 is Animal House.
Animal House, the cartoon. Awesome.
Bringing it up, and that is a great poster. I agree.
I love. That was hard for me not to put it at number 1. I love that poster.
It is amazing, and I got pissed when they changed it. I think it was the DVD version where they took it out and had the John Belushi face, the bigger one, because that poster is just an icon.
Yeah, no, you got to use that one. You can't use any other one.
Yeah. The only other thing I did like on the Animal House is I think it's at the back of the album cover where the whole cast is there and they're flipping people off. They're flipping you off.
Yes,
It's like the greatest.
Yeah. This one.
But,
yeah, I mean,
yeah. Love like that.
That's a good one too.
That poster is the best. And notice the stork. He's not doing it.
The stork.
Love the stork. Boom.
All right.
Good pull. Number 3 is near and dear to my heart. Clerks.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, I know you were
The
going
reason
Clerks.
the reason being is how
I can't argue though.
how they spelled Clerks out with the different things that are found within the 7-Eleven or within the Quickie Mart. Like the Clark bar, the different Ruffles chips for the R, Life magazine, Cosmo for the C. That kind of thing.
Oh, you mean like the ransom letter?
Yeah. How they did like the ransom letter look, but they used like it's Cosmopolitan magazine C, Life magazine L. Then there's Dr. Pepper E.
Okay.
With the Ruffles R, and then Clark Bar K, and then the S. I don't remember what the S was though. It was.
I'm sure he can Google it really quick.
It's a candy bar.
Skittles?
No, it was a candy bar. I just can't think of it. But anyway, I love that, and he's kind of done that with the different other movies and whatnot.
Which one is it? It's not Baby Ruth. It's a blue.
Is it
white.
like Snow Caps or something?
Oh, might
Maybe.
be Snow Caps.
Something. There's something that breaks it all down. I figured Brian would know it because he's a huge fan as well.
Yeah. Cool.
But anyway, that's my number 3.
My number 3 is
No,
Jaws.
it's not Snow Caps unless it's the original Snow Caps.
It's online. You can it tells what each one of them is.
So my number 3 is
right
Jaws.
Right.
So this is why I overlap with JT and with
Phil.
Yeah, you know what? It might be that. It could be that S. Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Okay.
Jaws is fantastic. Let's see here. Number 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. All right, number 3, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Boom.
I love that poster where he has the axe and he's going into the
and
house.
it's a solid movie too.
How can you argue that, dude? He's got an axe going down the thing. Santa's gonna rip some people up, dude.
That is a good poster. Can't argue.
And it made me want to go see it. And it's not what I wanted, but it's still a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not what I wanted. A little bit more like gore and like.
Yeah. No, I got you. It looks great. I can't argue. I like the movie too.
Yeah. Bam.
Number 2. While I do not have any Rockies on my list.
Oh, nice. I was going to go that way too.
I do have one, Marion Cobretti.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to go First Blood.
No, Cobra. I'm not going to lie. I had the Cobra movie poster in my room as a kid.
Dude,
that is a cool poster.
Come on. Crime is the disease and Meet the Cure.
How do you not like it, dude? That's the best line in that movie.
You like that? Just that movie?
No, second best line.
Yeah, I don't shop here.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
The movie poster alone. If you don't want to see that movie,
you're dumb.
Even if you saw no trailer or nothing like that, you saw that movie poster, you're like, I'm in. I got a ticket right now.
Absolutely. You don't care what you're doing. Yeah.
Agreed. So boom, Cobra.
100%. You're doing that. 100%.
All right. For my number 2, I did not love this movie, but the poster I think is amazing. It's Secretary.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, I didn't love the movie, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fast forwarded to the nudie parts.
This poster is what made me want to go see the movie, so I went and saw it.
Nice.
Look at
That's
you,
cool.
Bougie perv.
It's
bougie perv.
My number 2 is the Descent poster where the woman is coming out of the blood, like her face is coming out of the
that's
blood.
a good one.
And she's like splat. That one.
It's a great movie too.
So that one. Yep. No.
No, that one right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's solid.
Because I saw that. The movie I went to see was sold out, and then I was like, man, what am I going to see? And I was looking at the posters. I was like, oh, absolutely. I didn't even need to ask what it was about. I was like, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, it's a great movie too.
Yeah. And by the way, I saw the movie. Next day, went with my brother. I said, Rob, you got to come see this movie. It's fantastic.
Yep. Good stuff. Boom. My number 1 is my all-time favorite horror movie.
Oh, shoot.
The Exorcist.
God, you stole
it. And I will tell you.
Easily my number 1.
I will tell you this. All the different variations.
You don't have as a number 1 and it's not a Rocky. I can't.
I don't even
know if I want.
All the different variations of the poster is amazing.
That one's the best. Cool. That one's by far the best. You can't argue.
That one is.
I don't want to hear it.
That's 100% the best. But there are like the ones where it's her face too.
Like if I was like over 18 when that movie came out, I would have been like, "Look, I'm going to see this. I'll take off work, whatever."
Like even that one's awesome.
Yeah,
like that one awesome. Doesn't suck.
But the first one, you're like, oh yeah, you're like, this is going to be some good.
Yeah, there's actually a cool T-shirt that's got the Exorcist logo, and it says like the Cure or something, and it's got like Robert Smith kind of as in the shadow. Cool. It's awesome. But no, love it. It's my favorite.
Awesome.
My number 1 is Alien. In space, no one can hear you scream.
It's a great line.
I would argue that the Howard the Duck movie poster is better because it shows the duck arms and legs coming out of an egg. It's just
you know what it is? I like the Alien series, but that I don't know if I love that poster.
I think I liked the first 2 movies and hated the rest.
But yeah, the Alien 3 stinks, but the Alien's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. No,
same with the Alien 2. It's a good poster.
It's an alright poster. It's a good. No, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, my number 1 was Exorcist, but I'm gonna go a different way because I can't go that way now. So I'm gonna sub it out with Poltergeist, which I adore that movie. And that original one where she's like this.
Yeah. Carolyn.
Yeah. And I mean, it's got an emotional tie, and we went to see that as a family, and I was like, oh my God, this movie is fantastic.
I tell you, my mom used to scare the hell out of me. She like back in the 80s when like TV channels went off the air at like midnight or whatever, she would leave the channel on like snow.
Nice.
And it would just be like, Carolyn, go towards the light. And I'm like, really? Why are you doing this?
I think I told you I was afraid of that movie. That because I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 when that movie came out, and I was we had HBO and I was flipping through the channels, and it was the scene where the ghost head comes out of the closet, and it was traumatic for me.
That's awesome.
And then they got the tree scene. Oh my God,
the clown under the bed is awesome. I do have one honorable mention, only one, because I really had a hard time and I had to shoehorn it in, or tried to. Is another one of my all-time favorites is The Lost Boys.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go that way.
I was, because I have that where it's autographed by the various people, but I love that poster.
I mean, I have other movies. Yeah, I mean, I had Saw on my list, Halloween, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street, 127 Hours. I think that's a really cool poster. Revenge of the Nerds, awesome.
Oh yeah.
But this one is, I only because I really like the movie. But if you do like Google like iconic movie posters, this one comes up a lot. Parasite.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
The other one, there was one movie that I did think.
But it's such a good movie.
There's one movie that I thought the poster was better than the movie was The Devil Wears Prada one.
Oh,
The movie poster.
That movie is fantastic.
I don't really like the movie. I don't really like.
You didn't like the movie? How do you not like that movie?
I don't really like the movie, but when I see the movie poster, it makes me want to watch the movie.
I agree.
Like
that
it makes me.
Yes.
It makes me forget. It's so simple, but it makes me forget that I didn't like the movie that much. But I do love me some Anne Hathaway.
Oh my God! How do you not like that movie? It's got your girl.
Anne Hathaway is the only reason I'll sit through the movie. To be honest with you.
You don't like Meryl Streep?
Yeah, not really.
That makes you want to see the movie.
But it's so simple, but it's cool. Like it stands out to me.
Man. Yeah, you don't know who's the devil. You're intrigued.
So on my I had Scarface on my.
Oh, that's another good one.
Outstanding. How do you not like that?
He's like hip hop bougie now.
Hip hop.
You know, he's got an office and it's got
so
The World Is Yours
movies
behind it.
Well, you have one of the best movie poster we didn't mention. I don't know if we didn't mention it because we already mentioned it last time, but Goonies.
Oh yeah, I didn't put Goonies on because of the fact that we mentioned it. I didn't put anything we mentioned last time.
Goonies is iconic.
Oh yeah,
if you see that movie poster, you have to want to see that movie.
Oh, definitely, it's definitely one of the best. Okay, so those are our top 5 movie posters, folks. If you didn't get your mail in time, it doesn't mean you can't. Still, just write into subfactspodcast@gmail.com and let us know.
And if you're an international fan, get us some international movie posters.
Oh, that's a good one too. That'd be awesome. So yeah, definitely write us at subfactspodcast@gmail.com and let us know what movie posters you think are the best.
Right.
And
100%. Like a Blackpink movie, don't think that's not going to go on my list if that happens.
Oh, just a segue. Since we're talking about movies, might as well just go to TV. Folks, I need to apologize. I did make a mistake. Big, huge error on my part. But last week I mentioned that there's a Gremlins TV show coming out.
Oh, you did F up.
And here's what happened. So HBO, I knew it was on Max or HBO Max, whatever that thing is.
You
now.
you Portnoy too.
No, I read it and I'm like, dude, and I've read stuff about it where like Joe Dante had talked about it in different people. So my assumption is that it would be like the movie. And so the whole time I kept going, well, how come I'm not seeing any trailers? Like I didn't see any trailers, but I see trailers for everything else coming up. And then it occurred to me, and this is what I found out. I had to actually go in and search it. And it's a cartoon, which is garbage. No one's going to watch it.
No one, dude.
Dumbest mistake ever on these people's part. Why you would think a cartoon's going to work when it should only be for people of our generation who grew up with it. The young kids, they don't care about Gremlins. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
You need to go back with the animatronics, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah,
make it a good Gremlins.
Why would you go
cartoon stupid?
Dude.
But that's why I didn't see it in the trailer. But I made a mistake because I was like, I didn't technically make a mistake in the fact that it is a TV show and it is.
By the way,
HBO
Zach
Max,
Galligan can't be up to much. You probably could have given him a call and he probably could have started.
I saw him at an autograph signing and he didn't have a big line at his table. He could pretty much.
He could easily do the TV show, dude.
And Phoebe Cates hasn't been around in a while either, so
I'm sure she could do it too. Like maybe they're married. And you could oh my God. By the way, you could go so many ways. First episode, you could go into like, where Mogwais came from, like the original Baskin of Mogwais.
Yes, but I have been humbled. I did make a mistake, folks.
Stupid. Why do they go that route?
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen Phoebe Cates lately, but she doesn't look exactly
I would
like
still,
she did before.
I'm not going to lie. I would still do some stuff.
I would not do
I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
Like, I have no issues with that.
I'm not it's lazy Saturday now, but I mean,
it's not even lazy Saturday, dude. If Phoebe Cates walked in the room right now and was like, "Hey, let's do some stuff," you're not going to go, I got to think about it.
Can we hook up tomorrow at noon?
I would literally call my wife down from the room and go, "Hey, Phoebe Cates is here. She wants to hook up with me. You can either join or, I'm okay with Phoebe right now."
God,
but anyway, awesome. Here we go, folks.
This is Cindy Starfall, and it's time for Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney.
Boom.
Bam.
Love you too, Sin. All right, here we go. Very short this week. Not a lot of crazy stuff. Here's the thing. This is, by the way, if you want to talk about clickbait time, this is the biggest clickbait time of all times, because they're going to do like little NFL articles like, oh, like maybe this guy will get traded to this team and maybe this person, and I can top free agents next year. And, oh, this person tweaked an ankle. It's clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Don't click on anything NFL. It's not going to start for another 4 or 5 months. You don't need to worry about it. Just stop.
Boom.
Stop.
I've already stopped.
And then you have like the NBA teams that are already out of it. Like, oh, which coach is going where? Too much stuff. Just wait till the decision happens, then you can research.
I'm just pissed at Dave Portnoy.
Can I get to it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is it. Like the second time.
Oh.
You always get like jump the gun with Portnoy. Like what? Like why?
He's irritating me. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
now I'm going to go to Portnoy first. I wasn't going to go to Portnoy first.
It was.
I don't go in order. I go in my own order in my head.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay.
So now that my partner here already spilled the guts, like, what is Dave Portnoy doing?
He is killing me on the inside slowly. And all the other Boston Celtics fans out there, he is ruining it. He opened up this series with video of him wearing a shirt that said Boston in 4, and then next time it's Boston in 5. And
Celtics in 4. Then he has a Celtics in 5 T-shirt.
And now he's touting Celtics in 7.
Yeah. Like, and by the way, then he even goes on to like, oh, I'd much rather be in our shoes than their shoes.
Which is dumb, because
you'd much rather be down 3-1 to the team that just like barreled through the NBA champions from 2 years ago.
Yeah. No.
Like that's who you'd rather be down 3-1 than up 3-1.
I know he's got a brand and all that stuff, but when you have a braggadocious type of brand, sit this one out. Just don't say anything.
Right.
Just sit that one out. Do some pizza reviews, whatever, during this time. And then if the Celtics win, then you put out a video. But wait till after the fact.
Or wait, you can do it when it's game 7 like you did last time, but don't like, you're a dummy, dude. Like, oh, you got to come back to Boston, and then if we win in Boston, there's no chance we'll lose in Miami. Really? No chance? You lost there twice.
I know, right? It's killing me because, I'm as a fan, I'm not that superstitious, but I also don't think you should be jinxing yourself.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, but he can take it because no one's going to make fun of him. I mean, people will make fun of him, but what does he care?
He's going to be like, hey, I'm worth like $500 million and check out my girlfriund who's ridiculous.
Exactly. Like, I'm going home with this tonight. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. So it is what it is, but he's annoying me.
This past weekend, unreal Rudy story. Michael Block from Rochester, New York, who's like the club pro at, what is the course? It is, I wrote it down. Shoot. I think it's the East Course at, what is it? I wrote it down and then because I turned my paper over. Shoot.
They can look it up.
There it is. Oak Hill Country Club.
Oh, okay.
Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York, the East Course. Michael Block is the golf pro, and he gives lessons for $150. This dude gets paired up with Rory McIlroy on Saturday. He makes the cut in one of the hardest tournaments you can make the cut in, makes the cut, and then he gets paired with Rory McIlroy on Saturday.
Damn.
And then he makes a hole-in-one.
That's nuts.
How do you make a hole-in-one on your own course? You're a stud. That's what you are.
So it's his own course?
Yeah, he's a club pro there.
So then you're saying, how can you get a hole-in-one on your own course?
If you play it
all the time.
Yeah, but still, a hole-in-one is not easy.
I'm not saying it is easy. I'm saying his odds are better than anybody else on that field to like get a hole-in-one.
But the odds can go out the window. Rory McIlroy is a club member there, and he didn't finish in the top 10 or top 5.
Don't they? And I don't know this to be true, but don't they switch around the holes?
Mm-hmm.
So it's never the same. So this guy though, he's got an in because he's like works there.
Well, he knows the lay of each course, right? So even if they no matter where they put it on the green, he knows.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm not diminishing his hole-in-one. That's an amazing feat. I think anybody
still,
would be.
I mean, he doesn't have the skills that these pros have. I mean,
No, it's amazing. It's an amazing story, definitely.
And then Brooks, the only thing that freaking completely soiled that tournament is Brooks Koepka, an LIV golfer, won it. So that sucked.
Still anti-live.
God, I hate the live tournament. I wish it would go away.
Huh. Isn't there one coming around here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming up. I'm not going to attend it, of course.
You're not going?
No way, dude. I'm not going to freaking.
I have no care either way. I'm not going to.
I don't like it. Live. It would. I mean, I've been against live since it started. It would be.
Yeah, it'd be bad if you started attending because people would go, "What happened?"
Yeah, they're like,
Mr.
"Oh, yeah,
Mr.
we
I
just
don't
stick
like
to your
live."
morals, dude." Right?
Yeah, so you do have to kind of stick up for the regular PGA then.
But yeah, that's about it for sports.
Boom. Okay, this backstage pass is going to be very interesting, folks. Not a lot of new music coming out this week. There's a couple things I wanted to highlight. I'd say the most well-known band to have an album out this week is Matchbox 20. Their first album in 11 years. And let me see, what's it called?
11 years.
It's called Where the Light Goes. Here's the
Obviously,
thing.
the light goes not toward you because you guys suck.
Here's the thing with Matchbox 20. I've seen them a couple times live. They're great live. I have no issues with them whatsoever. I didn't miss them in 11in years.
No way.
And I've seen them. Like, and I actually enjoy their music.
You've also seen Two Live Crew.
That's true. But I mean, I've seen them. I don't hate them. I don't have a problem with them. I think they're good live. But I was like, oh, they got a new album out. Okay, I'm not gonna get it.
You're not gonna, if you got it, that would be weird. Dude.
No, but good on them.
Where the light goes. All right.
Somebody out there is gonna get it. The other one I thought I want to meet the person who gets this next album. So it's called The Coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla, the official album.
What?
So apparently somebody created the album based on like the coronation that happened like a week or two ago. The official album. Who is buying that crap?
Oh, everyone in England, maybe.
No, nobody is buying that. It's one thing to watch it. I understand you like to see the pomp and circumstance that goes on with this thing. No one is going, man, I wish they made an album out of this. Not one person.
If no one's saying that, then why did they make an album?
I don't know. It's going to sell maybe 5 copies around the world. And that's to the Royals. Who is like, if I ever get into somebody's car and that's what they're playing, I want to punch them in the face while they're driving because they're stupid. Yeah. Like, no one should ever own that album. It's dumb.
No, and no paying that much money, no chance.
I just no. There's nothing in there that anybody ever needs to listen to.
Yeah,
Brian's got the song listings up there, and it all
looks like it's
garbage.
a bunch of like classical stuff.
No one's buying it though.
No one's buying it.
Like I never want to meet the person that
made
bought
it.
that.
So someone's got to have a $21.99. Go.
No
all.
Chance. Okay, so here's the thing.
You can get Eyes of the Nile tickets for cheaper.
I'm glad you bring up Eyes of the Nile, sir.
Oh no.
Because folks,
did I open a box I shouldn't have?
You did a little bit, but I was going to talk about it anyway. There's a thing amongst Iron Maiden fans that has been going on, and I mentioned it during Eyes of the Nile a couple weeks ago. So Iron Maiden's been around for 48 years, as you know. So they've been playing, like, they play all their songs. There are still a lot of songs there are still certain songs that have never been played live. One song is called Alexander the Great. And so it's a good song. I like it. It's a good song. It's off of the Somewhere in Time album. The fans have been begging them to play Alexander the Great for the longest time. So they have a tour called the Future Past Tour that starts this week. And actually it's in 2 days. And the Future Past Tour features Somewhere in Time album. Like they already said they're going to play 5 songs from that Somewhere in Time. So they're teeing it up. And every fan wants them to play Alexander the Great. So the funny thing is, like, ton of people are going to shows. It's in Europe, and it's eventually going to come to America in 2024. But this weekend we're going to find out if it's actually on the set list.
Nice.
It's been something like years and years and years in the making that people have been waiting for.
So people are going to be listening to the concert going, that's 1, that's 2,
yes,
that's 3.
Nobody cares about the other songs. That's the funniest thing is they're literally going to they're going to enjoy the show. Don't get me wrong, but they're all going to be waiting going, is the next song Alexander the Great? Are they ever going to do it? Because
that if they do it, they're going to do it number 5. If they do. Because
the thing is the band doesn't have to do anything they don't want to do, and there are rumors that the band doesn't necessarily some of the people don't necessarily want to play it, but then it's like, do you just give your fans what they want? It could be their last big tour, so maybe they have to do it, or do you keep them you string them on long enough? So it's one of those.
Will they play it every concert? If they
typically what they do is they'll play, they might sub 1 or 2 songs, but for the most part they stick with, because their backdrop and everything is so ornate, they do kind of have to play the same songs, so each tour is going to be roughly the same.
Okay.
They might, like I said, if one song doesn't work as well live, they might dump it for another one, but for the most part, because of the everything else that goes on in their performance, they're going to stick with it. So that's the thing. There's a countdown at this point where people are going, will they or won't they? And everybody's waiting for this. So we will find out, but in 2 days, and because it'll easily be up on YouTube. And
of course.
So that's kind of like, for me, it's a huge thing, because I've been suckered into this whole will they or won't they. So my guess is they will
find out soon.
My guess is they will, because there's been such a demand.
I say they will too.
I think they have to. But then again, what if they just say F you all and just do what we want to do?
Hey, they can. They're Iron Maiden.
Yeah, they can do what they want to do, but I think there's going to be some disappointed folks if they get to the last song,
but they'll get over
if they get to the last song and then it's not that, there's going to be some people crying. There's going to be some people going, what?
If you know.
I've been waiting for Alexander the Great. Bruce Dickinson did a spoken word thing, and he does a spoken word thing where he answers questions. There's a YouTube video of it. Literally every question was, are you going to play Alexander the Great? And he just kept flipping it, and he's not really, he can't speak to it. So so we'll find out in 2 days, folks.
Sweet.
Okay. With that being said, I think we've said it all.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I thank him every week, and I'm going to keep thanking him because he's the best. All music, all tech support for Subfacts is provided by our friend Andy from Creative Underground. He runs a state-of-the-art production studio in Leesburg, Virginia. And you and me and everybody can find out more by going to his website, but that's not where it ends. He also does custom music creation. He does video live stream events, youth sports, corporate events, weddings, concerts, pro karaoke. And just if you need audio and tech stuff, this guy is the best out there. Go see him. www.creativeunderground.co,
not .com. Ooh. Awesome. And then next up is Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. I was actually on a couple of times this week, actually. I was on the Thunderdome page that we all know, and people go
oh, that's right. There's an event for Thunderdome.
Yeah,
today.
Somebody was like, hey, do you know of a good photographer? And then I'm like, dude, the best is Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com.
Right.
Then today, somebody was like, I need somebody for drone photography. Can we recommend anybody? And I'm like, there's only one man for drone photography. Right. That's Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. And I'm so thankful I say it all the time, because I didn't have to go and look it up. It was just like, boom. So Ben, if you get some calls, that's your boy. So Ben is an award-winning image builder and FAA certified pilot of drones, specializing in commercial real estate marketing, business headshots, personalized business branding, imaging, corporate events, team imaging, drone cinematography. Pretty much, if you think of photos, you should think of Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com.
Awesome. And then, I mean, if you haven't got your car or vehicle, Jeep, truck, or whatever you drive around in ceramic yet, you're doing a disservice to yourself, because the summer is here. It's going to get hot. And it's just rain is going to come. You don't want rain spots in your car. No one wants that. So what you got to do is you got to make your car look like brand new every time you drive it. And the way to do that is you got to call Big Dog Auto Detailing at 571-233-8716. Whatever you own, they'll make look like new. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. They're filling up, and this is not a joke. They are filling up. So you got to give them a call so you can get your appointment over the next 2-3 weeks. Tell them Subfax sent you. Big Dog Auto Detailing, 571-233-8716.
Boom. And now for us, folks, can't stress enough how thankful we are for all of your support, mainly on our YouTube.
Absolutely.
We've been really pushing YouTube lately, and it's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. At this point, I think we've made 36 cents, according to Brian's tabulation. So, boom. Please continue to...
I'll be up for a Tootsie Pop soon.
Exactly. Please continue to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, but more importantly, tell your friends. If you're listening to this and you even remotely find it entertaining, make sure you let them know that we're the best you've ever heard.
Yes.
And get them to subscribe, all that good stuff. And if they don't trust you and you didn't think, hey, we're not sure if these are real, legit folks, tell them to go to our subfaxpodcast.com website where they can see our merch.
Yep.
And they can pick up merch. If you have merch, folks, you're kind of legit. Yeah. I think we're legit that way. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So go to subfaxpodcast.com for merch and more information about us. But more importantly, right into the show.
Yes.
So Space Coast Bill isn't carrying the solo torch.
Yes, right in.
Subfaxpodcast@gmail.com. Movie posters, the Enchilito, or anything you want to talk about.
Try the Enchilito.
Yeah, anything you want to talk about, hit us up at subfaxpodcast@gmail.com. Or leave comments on our YouTube channel for anything. We will respond to them. And so, yeah, I think we've said it all.
We did. Thank you.
And so with that being said, folks, everybody stay safe. We will see you next time. Boom.
There you go.